Back at it again, yo.
Yep.
We here. So this title of episode 7, Expensive Pain, we're gonna get into that later. But first and foremost, my name is Shaler, aka Shay Money, aka One Take Shay.
Yes, sir. You got me, Dele, aka Diamond Boy, aka Golden Boy.
Okay.
You know, diamonds last forever, man.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I want to talk about one of the guys I look up to in the game. Dame Dash.
Ooh.
You know,
Legend.
That's
Legend.
That's my OG.
Yeah.
You know? That's uncle. And one day I pray that, he's gonna be sitting right next to us.
Bless this podcast.
Yeah. So I was watching one of the interviews, that's what I do in my spare time, watch interviews. People I like,
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about something that was very important. That he's coming out with his own AFL team or league actually.
Yeah.
Because he's tired of submitting to somebody else's rules. So I feel like that was big for the culture.
Yeah.
Sometimes we try so hard to be accepted in another person.
Conform
to other people's.
And things like
You know what I mean? Just create your own.
Right.
Exactly. That way you don't have to conform to who you are, or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's big. That's very big. What about you?
So I started reading a new book for this month, trying to read and learn more or whatever. So it's called 21 Niche's Best Cash Flow, and things like that. So one of the things that they talked about was agriculture investing. As we all know, we heard about the food shortage. And one of the things that they mentioned in there is that, like, right now, the food demand can't keep up, basically, with the agriculture and what it is. And basically, like, all the people that's on, like, he was mentioning names like John Malone and all these people own 2.2 million acres of timber. You know what I mean? And things like that, and how we should get into, like, investing in farming for coffee, chocolate, and stuff like that. Coffee is a booming business.
Coffee's big.
Billions of dollars.
That's big.
Billions of dollars. So, and that's one of the things that I had read, and he was mentioning that you can invest passively over there in like Panama and things like that. It's kind of like a REIT kind of system where you don't have to touch grass or anything like that. Everything is being professionally managed and things like that. So agriculture, man, look into it. Another thing, another one on there was energy investing.
Okay.
Energy investing. And what's so cool about that is that, even during this time, as gas prices rise, usually if you're investing in oil or gas, that tends to rise as well. But also other alternatives sometimes rise as well, as energy, nuclear, all that, uranium, all that type of stuff. So, and that's a good way to hedge against inflation. So, but the key, the real key thing that I really liked about reading that is because the way we're going in this growing trend of electric vehicles and things like that is to really start thinking about, because the trend is there. One of Biden's initiative is to go zero emission. He got this 2050 plan. And then also you'll see other, companies and things like that that's really pushing towards that. So if we get in early while the trend is still growing and things like that, we can be able to, because this one company, IDEX, they started investing in small companies in New Jersey to help trucking companies go electric. Because they own a electric wave charging for commercial trucking and things like that, buses and trains and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I'm telling you, just gotta think ahead, man. Think ahead.
Think ahead. That's a gem right there.
That's really what it is.
Let's cheers to episode 7.
7.
Thinking ahead.
Thinking ahead. All right, let's get into this
Expensive Pain.
This title, Expensive Pain.
And honestly, I don't think Meek Mill even got the proper praise.
Yeah, it was a good album.
Good album and good concept.
Yeah, it really
very great concept.
It really was. Like I was just listening to it today. I'm like, yo, Like it was a really good album. I didn't understand why like it didn't do the numbers.
I think it did well, but it didn't do as good
as he thought it probably.
Yeah, as it should have. But Expensive Pain,
man,
that those two words alone is very expensive.
So like your definition, like what's expensive pain?
Expensive pain to me is things that are very costly, but more so eternal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily like a number value to me.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be more so internal value. You know what I mean? Like, shit that really fuck you up, like, mentally. You know what I mean? Or, like, just a mindset that's just like, damn, like, or shit you just gotta go through to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna cost you, but it's expensive, you know? Because, you know, I feel like, you know, to get to where you're going sometimes, like, how do I want to put this? To get to, let's say, if you want to get to Z, right? You're gonna have to lose A, B, C, D, E, F. You know what I'm saying? And that's expensive. That's gonna cost you. Yeah. So, you know, what about you? What do you think?
Dang, expensive pain. Like for me, it's more like, kind of like what you were saying. The things you have to go through, but also put at stake. So like, just trying to get more. So like, if you want to invest in, you work hard to get it, right? You have this money, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna try to do more with it, or try to flip it, or you know what I mean, multiply it. So I'm gonna put it out there, and there's a chance that I could lose it all. You know, there's no like, you know, real guarantee that you're gonna, you know, there's also calculated risk where, you know what I mean, where it's more than likely you'll win, but at the end of the day, you just really never know. So it's like battling that, and also like the expensive pain it is, you know, sacrificing time. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this, I feel like if you really want to do the 1% thing, you want to be the 1%, you really gotta put hours in. I'm talking, you gotta lose. Like, it's almost like you really gotta lose yourself and become something different. That's the whole process. Like, that whole journey of just losing who you were and not going back to how you thought and whatever, because you'll lose thinking like that, and just trying to forge into this whole, the 1%. I think that's really the expensive part, and just knowing that, you know, I could really lose. I'm sacrificing this time. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather chill and maybe watch TV, or maybe speak to my parents more, or go hang out with them and see them. But right now, I'm doing something that's hopefully work out. You know what I'm saying? It's not even guaranteed. It's not even guaranteed. It's the thought that
it's expensive.
I want more, and then you might it's expensive, and you see, you know, maybe other people that's going on trips and you know, having fun and doing that, laughing, while you like, nah, I'm chilling. I'm gonna who's that?
The frogs.
All right. But
hear you talking about expensive.
But nah, that's to me, like, that's real expensive pain, and it's like, it's like knowing that you can afford this, but you know what? I'm a sit back, and I'm a, you know, save my money and focus on that. You know what I mean? I think that's real. And then, you know, just like I said before, just knowing that it's not gonna you know, come true, and you might look crazy to 99% of the people around you and things like that. And just that's expensive. Like, that's
expensive, bro.
Expensive pain.
Bro, honestly, funny enough, in retrospect, bro, I've probably been dealing with expensive pain most of my life, bro. Nah, for real, like, even when it comes to women, to
let's talk about it.
Bro, like, you know, I consider myself a dreamer.
Okay.
Like a very big dreamer.
Yeah.
To the point where I don't even dream. Like things that are not like, you probably even know there's certain situations where it's highly unlikely for it to happen. I don't want to speak in too much detail, but there's certain situations where it's like all odds are against me.
Oh, I see.
It's not in my favor.
Yeah.
But to me, you know me, but I'm kind of stubborn a little bit, and I'm gonna keep going for it. So a lot of people call me delusional. I'm a joker. And you know, all those things, obviously at the time, you know, you laugh, haha, kiki, but sometimes you're like, damn, like, you feel me? That shit's expensive.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that to say this. Like, I feel like a lot of people are scared to really dream big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To the point where, you know, a lot of people would discourage them along the way.
For sure.
From achieving that dream. I really feel like, you know, dreams are not really supposed to be too attainable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like me saying, oh, okay, I dream of I don't know, driving a Benz. Like that's not really too unattainable. I don't really feel like that's a dream. That could be like a goal. You know what I mean? But it's not a dream. Right. You know, a dream would probably be like a Rolls Royce. You know what I mean? Like a crazy, or you know what I mean? Something like a yacht. Or, you know what I mean? Silly, you know, crazy stuff. That's a dream.
Right.
Probably even then, I'm probably selling myself short by even saying that, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just feel like, you know, a lot of people have been calling me delusional along the way. I remember, I know I've said this before, but this is the biggest to me. You know, it was my senior year of college. Remember, I was in college for 6 years.
Yeah.
So I'm in my head, I'm like, someone's got to give.
Yeah.
Once I graduate, money got to be coming straight up. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm talking, as soon as I graduate, I'm gonna need 100,000 from the gate. That's how I was thinking. Right. You know, and of course my classmates, okay, they're calling me a dreamer, I'm delusional, I need to wake up and smell the roses, or the coffee, whatever they're saying. You even know that one of the people that I'm like, okay. You know, graduated, I didn't see nowhere close to what I wanted. Yeah. But I didn't let that stop me.
Yo, you want to know like I was watching this video and this guy was talking about like mindset or whatever. It was like the moment you say I can't do it, your mind blocks it off. It no longer thinks about how can you do it or anything like that. Your mind doesn't stretch beyond that point once you say I cannot do this. But once you say how can I do it, that's when your mind just start thinking of different ways that you can do it. So it's all about like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it may sound crazy to somebody else who's not gonna, you know, haven't unlocked that part of their brain, or, you know, their brain is not expanded to that level to not understand like what you're talking about. And that's the expensive part about it, because it could be somebody close to you that's telling you this.
Thanks.
You know what I mean?
Close as one.
Close as one. And it's not malice towards that they're saying this stuff.
It's their mentality.
They care about you, but
it's
like
not thinking like that.
Exactly.
I remember my dad was one of them.
Yeah.
I remember I told him I want to get a new job.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't getting paid what I thought I should be getting paid.
Yeah.
He said, why would I do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or just stick it out. Life is not what you think. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So many opportunities. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he's just not thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, you know what? Whatever, I just had to. And that's when I started feeling lonely.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's why I said it can get lonely.
Yeah.
Getting to where you want to go, it might get lonely.
It can.
And you have to be ready to endure. But just be by yourself, you know, you gotta learn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I talked about it briefly, but actually, I'm actually going to get into detail.
Yeah, let's
because, you know, this is All Things Money podcast, and I don't like to, I know I have a tendency of, I guess, talking things on the surface level, but let's I dig deep to why I am where that I am. And I'm gonna touch up on what we were just talking about. So, when I say woman, right? And there's a reason why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about the reason afterwards. But I'm gonna just kind of go over it so it don't take too long. There's a girl in high school.
Yeah.
You know her. We're not gonna say her name. There's a girl in high school that I used to flirt with.
Oh yeah.
Flirt with. I ain't gonna say what.
Oh yeah.
I used to flirt with. You was there. I used to flirt with. I used to flirt with all the time. It started off as a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a joke. Then after a while,
yeah,
I started. I want to say gain feelings, but I started to really like.
Build a connection.
What are you saying? Connection? Like I was just cool with the person.
Yeah.
Like we was just real cool.
Right.
Bet. So, you know, I used to shoot my shot. You know me, in high school, I was kind of like a sharpshooter. Like, you know, say slick comments here and there. I didn't care who it was, upperclassmen, look. I used to just, you know what I mean? And I tried to shoot my shot here and there, but just innocently, just joking around, being you know, funny guy or whatever. And all my boys used to be laughing like, bro, she run through.
Yo, let me jump in real quick so I can put some context. Add some details to this stuff. This was every morning. We talking about, I'm gonna say it's homecoming. I'm at homeroom. My bad.
You giving that too many clues. They gonna narrow it down.
I was watching every morning.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Dylan, leave me alone. All that. I'm looking. I'm like, yo, just leave her alone. Just let her go. Consistency every morning. Every morning, I'm like, yo.
Yeah. But in my head, I always thought she wanted it. You know what I mean? The way I think, I'm like, yo, girl, she wants me. She's just playing hard to get. You know what I mean? Don't want to come off too easy. Whatever. Boom. So this is starting probably from freshman year.
Yeah.
Imagine that freshman year, sophomore year, junior year. There's even a point in time where I think I had to get my
I think they did change the seat.
Yeah, they changed my seat because this is whatever. Anyway, boom. So now it's 4 years.
Yeah.
So imagine trying to spit game at it for 4 years.
4 years.
But it's not like I really wanted a relationship from her or anything. It was just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boom. So after a while, I think we graduated. You know. Then I started like really putting out some bars.
Yeah.
You know, just telling her how I felt, this, that, and the third. And, you know, eventually, you know, things worked out in my favor. I'll put it like that. And I say that because I feel like that whole timeline really taught me about life. You know, consistency, never giving up, being persistent, being genuine. Yeah. You know, all those things, you know, if you keep at it, just keep. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, no is no. Yeah. And, you know, respect somebody's, right. You know what I mean? But sometimes you gotta be gritty. You know, sometimes you can't take no for an answer. Don't take that the wrong way, but, you know, you gotta keep, if it's genuine and you're not, you know, forcing nobody's hand and, you know, just keep at it and you'll get whatever you want.
I think what Deli's trying to say is that, like, he let it be known that he wasn't trying to only be her friend. Is that what you mean? Like, like you would say comments and things like that so that she knew that you weren't only trying to be her friend.
I mean, I would just say slick shit. Because I thought, you know, she was cute.
I think what he's saying right now is, you know, in terms of life, for the shit you want to get, like, don't stop. You gotta go get it. You know, can't nobody be like, you can't have this.
Exactly.
It's not in terms of like chasing women or relationships. No means no in that regard. You know, but, you know, certain things in life, the shit you really want to attain, don't let nobody stop.
Exactly. Don't even let the person who is in control stop. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was cool.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way I am. No matter if I don't want anything in life, bro, consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I started investing, bro, I told you before, I said it on the podcast before, I worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Teriyaki, then I have my 9 to 5, whatever. One paycheck, I just throw it in the stock every time I get paid.
Right.
Just boom. Just, I keep going. Consistency. You know?
Yeah.
And everything's on my Twitter, like, I had, I don't want to speak too specifically, but there was a number that I wanted in my Robinhood account. You know what I mean? Shit. I tweeted it, put it out in there. And a lot of people be afraid to, like, speak what they want into existence because, you know, they think that people are gonna pray for their downfall or, I feel like it's corny, like, nobody's gonna stop me from getting what I want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as God is on your side and, you know, you put in the work, bro, you're gonna get what you want. Don't let people hating on you, you know, you moving in silence. It's okay to move in silence, but, you know, sometimes you gotta really speak it to existence, you know what I mean? So, I put a number that I want on my Robinhood account. Then I think the following 3 months, we got it already. I even, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
at dash Twitter if y'all wanna go back.
Yeah,
to
my Twitter's a bit you know, irrational sometimes, but yeah, at dash wavy. On Twitter, follow me.
No, when I think about expensive pain, bro, let me tell you something, right? So when I first started investing, right, and you know, I was excited, but I was like, yo, this money is too slow for me. Like, I want something quick. I want something fast, right? So then, mind you, this was when I was only putting like, you know, $100 in, you know, 100, 200, nothing crazy. Like I was very conservative. You know, I haven't detached myself yet, so I was very conservative. But then, one moment I was just like, you know what? It's time to do racks. I was like, it's time to do racks, and what I'm going to do, I'm be very transparent.
Talk to me.
So I saw 2 penny stocks, right? One was like 30 cents. Another one was like 15 cents around there, right? So I'm like, yo, I got about 2,000-3,000. I'm going to buy 10,000, 10,000 shares of each, because if they get, $1, that's $10,000. If it goes to 2, that's 20. So I'm thinking like that. I'm like 40, 50. I'm like, yo, I could pay off my student loans now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking like that. And I'm like, yeah, and then I seen that it did go up to $1 before. So I'm like, all right, I just gotta wait, be patient, whatever. Man, I got the news, bankruptcy. Both companies.
Expensive pain.
Gone.
God damn.
It went from, it was like 30, 20 cents all the way to like 5 cents.
God damn.
Thousands gone. I'm like, and the experience with that was the first time that I jumped. You know what I mean? And to take that loss, thousands of dollars, like I would have never at that time, because I was just getting into investing. At that time, I never lost that kind of money before. So I was just like, I was hurt. I was in pain. You know what I mean? So it was like, but I didn't let that stop me, and I kept going. And now, I lost. That was like 2,000-3,000. I've lost 8,000. I've lost. I've seen things go up.
Wait, when you say you lost 8,000,
yeah.
So you put in. Did you put in 8,000 and went to 0, or you gained the 8,000 from profit and then you lost it?
So let me tell you, there was this company. I'm being transparent. It was called, I think, GSHI, right?
Okay.
So they were saying, there was something about like they can cure blindness or something crazy. It was like something was your vision, and I'm being a visionary, no pun intended. But I'm like, yo, this can change the world and things like that, because it was like a drink they were selling. It was like can improve your eyesight. Mind you, I wear glasses. Right. I know I got poor vision, so I'm like, yo, this can help me. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm like, yo, this is the one. I start selling stuff to all in. I'm all in, right? Because this is gonna be a game changer. Because and then I even went into those chats. So I'm like, I'm with everybody. It's like, yeah, it's going to the moon. It's going to the moon. The news is about to drop. And I'm like, yeah. We about to win. Retire and all that. Then
so how much you got to put in?
Oh, the total? I want to say about $10,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, about $10,000 because I had about 10,000 shares, and it was trading around like $1. So then it started going below $1, and they needed to it was like compliance with NASDAQ or something like that, that it had to stay above $1 for a certain period of time. And they missed it. Then got the news that they're doing a reverse split. Stock just started dropping. Started halfway. People like, oh, it's all right. It's gonna be okay. This is what people saying in the chat. It's gonna be all good. Just stay. Things like that. Actually, when it dropped halfway, that's when I put more money in. As a fool. I put more money in because I thought it was gonna go right back up. So I was like, yo, this is the time to double down, add more. So then that's when I started selling stuff and put it in there. And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait. The reverse split happened. It started coming even further down. Just losing $1,000, and eventually I couldn't stomach it anymore, and I sold it. I lost like around $8,000-9,000. Pain.
Expensive
pain. But I can share those stories because I've had experience where something went all the way up, and I can have those moments and things like that where I have been I made some good investments and I made some some bad ones, but it's about, that's what the journey is, and things like that. Like when you look at the history of Elon Musk, he invested in a lot of companies that a lot of people don't know that it didn't make it. He lost money, you know what I'm saying? But we only know the success stories and things like that, and not the failures. But yeah, that was a failure. But then that's when the detachment kind of started happening, because I realized that, like, I don't want to say like money's not real, but like it like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. That's a whole nother deeper conversation. But yeah, that was some expensive pain.
Even with me, I think you probably warranted me to be more even transparent. So Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Oh man. I told the story probably endless time, but I don't think I really talked it into detail. So you told me about Dogecoin, as we all know. I put in maybe like $100 the first time I went in. I think an hour later, I put in like probably like 2,000. During the week, I put in probably another 4,000. Total, I probably had like maybe like 5, 6. Shit. And I got it in the perfect time, because I think within the next 2 weeks, following weeks, that's when, it started going up to 8 cents, 17, 20, 30, going crazy. At this point, I'm up. And this is not even just Doge, this is across the board.
Yeah.
Everything was just booming.
It was a good time.
It was just like, man.
It was a good time.
I can never forget the day. It was Cinco de Mayo.
It was a good time.
Last year, like everything was just jumping.
Yeah,
so every account, Crypto.com, Trust Wallet, Robinhood, everything was just, oh my And I'm like, okay, I'm up. Anyway, so at the highest peak, my Robinhood was seeing like, maybe like 140, 145. I'm like, shit.
It's up.
I was like, yeah. And to me, it's only going up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Now, obviously, I think things started to take a fall when Elon went on SNL.
Yeah.
And you know, this is a topic that people probably need to talk about. Whether to keep doubling down when it's dropping, or knowing to pull out.
Yeah.
Because to me, I don't think I really know when's a good time. Because I battled myself till now, like, yo, like you said, am I an idiot for not? Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, you know, shit, my losses, well, it's not a loss technically.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's minus 95,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's expensive.
Expensive pain. It is.
I'm like, damn. And, you know, me, I try to be positive and... and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even though I'm still hopeful.
Yeah.
You know, but...
Nah, it's, even recently, I was stressed out these past 2 weeks, cause, so like the real estate market has been crazy. Is you either gotta like, if you do get an opportunity to like put in a bid and things like that, then they're gonna hit you with, oh, we've been getting multiple deals. So then I lost a deal previously, so I was like, it was in the same neighborhood, and I was like, nah, I'm not losing this one. They listed at 169. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do 180. Then my realtor, I don't know if it was game or not, but she was like, are you sure you wanna? Is this your final offer? Because there's multiple deals. I'm like, I don't want to lose this. I said 185.
Okay.
Cap it off. There was a, then the seller hit me with, she was like, oh, she's going through some kind of, surgery. So she'll let me know 2 days. That's when she's accepting the final offer. I'm like, all right, cool. I can wait 2 days. I can hold out. Realtor get back to me like, okay, they thinking about accepting your deal, but they want $7,500 escrow, right? So what escrow is, it's like the earnest money. So like most of the time when you put in for a house, they usually ask for like $1,000. Basically let you know like, I'm not playing around. You know what I'm saying? If you got money on the table, because
almost like a down payment.
Not necessarily. It's more of like, okay, because at the same time, like, if this deal, like, who's really losing is the seller. If the deal doesn't go through, because they got to pay the mortgage every month. You know what I mean? So they playing an active part, so they don't want to feel like somebody's playing around. So it's more like, I'm bringing something to the table. I'm not playing around. It's more like, that kind of a thing. But this time they upped it, because usually it's only $1,000. They want $7,500, meaning
so
that
from 1,000 to
7,500.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's like, if for some reason this finance, like the deal don't close, they could potentially take my money and I lose it, and that's it. My lender, when she was reaching out to me, she was like, oh, you're able to do it, and we was going through it. And I asked her before I even decided to go in, I asked her, I was like, I just closed on the property as a primary. Can you sure I can, don't I have to wait another year to use a primary again? She evaded the question, right? And so when she evaded it and she went into, all you need is, she was like, I'll send you the pre-approval letter right now. So I'm like, oh, I'm good. So I don't have to worry about that. So then I go into the deal. It's under contract. I put up the $7,500 on the table because I wasn't playing around. Mind you, I put in an offer not even seeing the property. As soon as I seen it, that's how crazy the market is so crazy that if you try to schedule a time to meet and see the house, you might lose the deal. It might be under contract and things like that. So I was like, you know what? because that's what's happening. Like every time I reach out to my realtor and be like, I want to go see it, and then she'll hit me with, oh, it's already under contract. It's already. So I was like, you know what? As soon as I seen it, I was like, put it off right now. So it went under contract, and I went to go see it. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, I think I overpaid. That's fine. It's under contract. I had to pay for the inspection. That's about $450, $500. Then I had to pay for the appraisal. That was $600. So I'm doing the math. I'm like, all right, this is over $8,000. Then when it went into underwriting, they were like, oh, didn't you just? I think you gotta wait a year, so we can't approve you for this loan. So then I'm like, back in when I'm thinking, I see 7,500 in my brain. I'm like, oh my gosh, I might lose this. Like, it's gone. Like I'm like, and I lost the 600 for the appraisal, the 450. I'm like, that's over $1,000. So it's done. So then I'm like, yo, man, I'm about to do 7,500. They got me, and I knew. And then when I read the contract and I read my the closing papers, the deeds and all that stuff, and it was the occupancy agreement. And when I read it, it was right there. Must wait 12 months. And I was like, yo, I knew better. Then my realtor was like, okay, we're gonna try to get your money back. And then she was like, oh no, the seller's pissed, and they don't want to give it back. And I'm like,
so they took it.
God. No, luckily, I went with another lender, and it didn't work out. But they ended up giving me the 75.
Let's cheers to that.
Yo.
Shit, take what you can take.
Yo. That was some. But you know what though? It was like that was the first time that I really took a chance in real estate, and I almost really lost that money. That's where I was like,
dicey game.
Yeah, it's a dicey. But at the same time, what I realized, the lesson that was learned, and I was praying about it. I talked to God and everything. I was like, I learned my lesson. I know better now. Please touch their hearts and send me back this money. Yo, for real. So I was like, the lesson was make sure that you do your research and you read and not go off of what, because it was right there in the proof is in the pudding. It was right there in my occupancy agreement, things like that. It was right there in clear words. So just make sure that you do your research, because at the end of the day, I was the one that had the money on the table. And it could have been going, so.
Bro, and honestly, I didn't want to sit here and cap, to like the audience. This whole journey, like, trying to become rich or wealthy or being an entrepreneur, it ain't really, how do I want to say? I'm not going to say it's not fun, but it's very, it could be very stressful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very dicey. You gotta be willing to lose. You're actually gonna lose.
Yeah,
you have to lose.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit here and try to paint. A lot of people like to paint it like, you're your own boss. All peaches and cream, because it really isn't peaches and cream. You're really gonna have to dance in the mud.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
I was like, yo, how easy would my life be if I just went to work?
Bro.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. I understand. Yeah, I can see why people would just go to work and come home every day for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I would understand it because it's like Dame Dash, it's the safe route, more secure, steady income, I guess less stress, you get told what to do, you do the job, you get paid for it. You know what I mean? But for those who want a little bit more, the risk, that's the expensive pain part right there, you know what I mean? The cost, because it costs to get what you want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, to get to where you want to go, it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
And it boils down if you're willing to pay that price.
That's a fact.
And that's what it ultimately boils down to. Like, a lot of people will tell me, I like money talk. All my friends call me, I like money talk. And I would ask them, like, they would complain about their job. So I used to ask them, like, so what do you want?
Yeah.
Like, if it's all said and done, what do you want? I want to get rich. I want to be wealthy. I'm like, okay. what are you gonna do to get to that point?
Yeah.
You know, you going to 9 to 5, you going to 9 to 5, come back home,
yeah,
going on Netflix or playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, going on dates with your little girlfriend, and it ain't gonna get you.
It's not gonna get you. Yo,
it ain't gonna get you to that point.
It's not going. Yo, before like when I was starting to write my first book or whatever, first of all, I never knew the process, never knew anything. I didn't even know that 5 people would buy it, but it costs thousands to just even, so that belief, you know what I mean? Like that belief that, yo, like no matter what, like I'm gonna just put it, and I don't know if it's gonna work. I've never done this before and things like that. And you know what I mean? So just being able to do that and just be able to put yourself out there. But you don't know, like honestly, like even doing like, you know, pop-up shops that I do. First of all, I gotta pay for the building before even one person sign up. I gotta do the ads. I gotta pay for all that. Like I gotta pay for the tables, the DJ. Shout out to DJ Billie Jean. I mean,
if you're gonna have him on here, Billie Jean.
Facts. But yeah, like you know what I mean. I gotta pay the DJ, the building, do the ads, tell people to come before anybody even says, I want to be a vendor. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, exactly. So it's like putting up all that cash up front and just hoping that it's not all like, you know what I mean? And then just dealing with, first of all, then when you do get the people, you're dealing with, you know, people interactions, problem solving, issues that they may have, or your catering is customer service. So you're dealing with, you know, people, and not saying it's bad, but it requires work. Like it requires time dedicated and things like that. So it's like, and yeah, that's just like the, you know, the expensive pain is just having the belief, believing that what you're doing is going to make it, but it's also a frustration and an internal battle, because if you're not that confident in yourself, or you're not sure, there is a warfare that's going on between your heart and your mind. That's a fact, because it's like, oh, we don't know if it's going to make sense, but I really want to do this, but I don't know if you're going to get the money back, but I really want to do this. So it's like, you know what I mean, that kind of warfare that happens, and you know what I mean, and it doesn't make a situation better if your external situations are not going well as well, you know what I mean? So it's like, you taking all that in, like it's a lot.
Well, you know, for me, I just feel like, I just look at the 1%, right?
Yeah.
They always say the 1%, you know, they take risks, they do what the 99% won't do.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to, right?
Yeah.
So if you know you're putting in the work, you're sacrificing your time, you know, you're investing in yourself. Even if you, like we said before, even if it doesn't work out in your favor, you're still better than the 99% because you tried. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my whole biggest thing, because, you know, you may do things, for example, oh God, it's expensive. Before I even got into like, programming and shit, I did a thing, I wanted to get my foot into tech.
Yeah.
I didn't know how. So I did this thing called, I don't want to say this, I don't want to discourage people, because my situation doesn't ultimately mean somebody else's situation. But basically, I signed up for something that was like way into tech.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like so much, like it wasn't so technical. It wasn't like a technical world, but it was in the tech space.
Yeah.
So let me break it down for you. The course cost like $2,000. Paid it. I'm living in Jersey. I was working in Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware. The course was in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Dang.
So every day, I would go from Jersey to Delaware to Maryland, back to Jersey.
Yeah.
To get this course, it was maybe a month, a little over a month course, whatever. Boom. You know, when you do the course, they sign, like, they basically guarantee you certain things. You know, we're gonna help you with the resume, you know, interview prep and whatever. this whole incident happening, there was none of that. They even started issuing refunds. Well, obviously, my luck. She blocked me, didn't give me the refund. I ain't get the bread to this day.
Yeah.
I was hitting her up. She was just, cool, I'll just take it to the chin.
Yeah. Hey.
That's expensive.
Yeah.
But I got the certificate in the
Oh, that's clear.
Yeah.
That's clear.
And funny enough, I work side by side with what I was. You know what I mean? Right now, I work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't have understood what I'm doing now in a way. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because, and I don't even look at that as like a loss.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's something I had to go through to get to the point I'm at now.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are not willing to endure that what you got to go through part.
Exactly.
And that separates the 99 and then the 1.
So I it's so crazy because like I have a parallel story about that. So for like ever since I was in grad school, I was trying to become a lawyer. Like I was trying to go to law school. So then my outside score wasn't that good, but I got accepted to this Widener trial admission program. So called Widener TAP, right? And I was in Delaware.
Okay.
I worked in Philly.
Okay.
And I lived in New Jersey.
Okay.
So, and to get into that program, you had to pay $1,000 plus, books and things like that. And then you had to get a 2.3. 2.3. If you get a 2.3, you're accepted into, the Widener Law School. So I would go to work, I would drive to Philly, then after work, I would drive to Delaware. And at the end of it, I got a 2.0. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. Got denied. So, but at that point of time, I had made a contract within myself, non-negotiable. I was like, yo, I'm going to get it. Because honestly, like, if I do too much, I can't go back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want, like if I'm doing all this and I quit, I'm like, yo, what was that even for anyway? So I'm like, yo, regardless, I gotta get it. So I got a tutor, paid for, I think it was $3,000.
You had to do what it takes, bro.
Paid, no, funny to pay it, I had to take a personal loan out. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, real. So I took no guarantees that I'm even gonna get a high score and get to. So I was like, and at that point I was financially struggling. So it wasn't like I'm going crazy. Like no, at that time $3,000 was $200,000 to me, Bridget. Like I'm like, yo, that's a lot of money. I don't think I can. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get it. Got the tutor. Luckily, I got a better score, and now I'm in law school now. So, but it's like, but it's like those experiences that you kind of go through. Cause even now, like I be stressed out and whatever, and maybe I want to drop out, but I'm like, yo, all them years like that I put in trying to get here, I'm like, there's no, I done came too far. It's too much time that's, being sacrificed. But that was the expensive pain that I had to go through.
I didn't know about that, bro.
Yeah, it was. It was anybody that's trying to get into law school, let me tell you something. I took the LSATs about 5 times. 5 times. Studied years. Studied all the way back, and I wanted to do it in
2018, okay.
2018. The idea came in 2017.
Okay.
And then I started actively studying in 2018. Didn't get in until 2021. Years of just studying and wanting to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so there was times where I didn't want to go out because I felt like, whoa, I'm going out and I'm not achieving what I want, so I'm going to stay in. You talking about where I didn't show up to birthdays, didn't go on trips and stuff like that. And, you know what I mean? It's the pain that, you know, not going to like the family event thing and things like that. They don't know what's really going on, and they be like, well, if it's not working, maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's not. Maybe you should give up, and maybe, you know, if it ain't work out, then why you keep trying? You know, it's insanity. That's just like if you keep doing it, it's insanity.
You're not seeing the different result that is insanity.
Exactly, and you know, like, oh, you're going through it. So that was like just this frustration and just this journey. But like that's really what it is. Like sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's like, yo, why not now? I be looking at newses about like some alert that happened about a stock and it jumped crazy. I'm like, why not me? Like, why not one of the ones that I got? Like, why is it taking so long? You know, not frustration and things like that. You know.
You know what it is? I like something that you said. You said, you know, during the process, you know, you would miss, I guess, birthdays or events. Right? Yeah. Even me, bro. Even last night.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying I'm okay for myself, but obviously this is not, you know, and for me, I'm very hard on myself. So, you know, me and Devin kind of almost the same in a way. But we sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah.
Every night.
Yeah.
Just so we can get in that headspace of not getting comfortable.
Yeah.
That we're striving. You know what I mean? Sometimes I won't get a haircut.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta get to where I'm at. Yeah, the hunger. And that's the only way for me to get it really in tune.
Yeah. If
I just, you know, skip certain things.
Yeah.
I'm working all the time, sleeping on the floor, not getting a haircut, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to say that, you know, don't pamper yourself, but for me, you know what I mean? For me to really feel the hunger, you know, Meek Mill will say, you know, nappy braids in the corner, eat ramen or whatever. Yeah. That's just, you know, the hunger.
Right.
And there's nothing that can take from it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just want to work harder that way.
Exactly. The mind blowing thing for me is like when I be watching like movies or like shows, alright, so I'm watching Married at First Sight, and I'm going back to like it was like one of the seasons where like the guy he was you know, he was playing basketball professionally or whatever, and then, you know, he stopped doing it, and now he was trying to get his business off the ground or whatever. But he would be going out and having fun, you know, all the time at night. And I'm like, yo, how can you like have fun where you not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that you can't enjoy life, but if you don't take the time to focus on what you want, you're just like, yo, you're just saying stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you're not. Yeah, it's okay. Like, it's good to be a dreamer, but there needs to be some execution, some action to what you can't just say like, yo, I'm gonna be the first millionaire in my family, and then and be like, I'm gonna go to work and go home. You know what I mean?
No goals or a plan.
Yeah, it don't
work like that.
It don't work like that. And people are like, oh, I'm just putting it out there for like, you know, into existence. That's great. That's fantastic. But like there gotta be some kind of, you know, execution, some plan, some action behind it. You can't just say
talk about it, bro.
You can't just.
That's one thing I can't stand. Somebody that will call my phone and just talking about it. Yeah. But you know, when I will question them on, okay, what work are you actually putting in?
Yeah, like what you doing?
It's crickets. It's I don't know. Or they'll give me every excuse why they didn't do it yet or why they can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit is expensive to me because it's like
I honestly like sometimes it's painful to hear sometimes.
Very painful.
It's painful to hear because it's I don't know, it's just mind blowing. Like even this show that I was watching, you know, BMF, shout out to BMF. But good show, you know what I mean? But like he couldn't me and my girlfriend joke about it. Like we were watching it, and he had a hard time like paying his mortgage or whatever, and then, you know, they would have sex after that. Like after he said, I can't pay my mortgage, they were like, hook up me hot. Like I can't. How do you like? Yo, I can't even get into that. Like I don't know, man.
Yo, funny enough, people ask me why I never had a girlfriend. I know this is way off. They used to ask me why I never had a girlfriend before and all that. But to me, it's like, why am I even worried about a girlfriend if I know I'm trying to? I'm not even trying to be funny. Yeah. So I really feel like bare minimum for me is like $1 million. Yeah. Clean.
So let me add some context to this statement that he said. I've known this man since 08, 09. Never seen him. I never seen him say, "Oh, this is my girlfriend." Never heard that. This is 2022.
Still. and bro, for me, I always tell my uncles, my dad, my parents, whatever, bro, you're gonna see the million first. That's for personally. And I'm sure everybody I say that to, like I said, they probably think I'm delusional. I'm weighing over my head. I need to wait, but that's real talk, bro.
But another side note, but if you got the right one, bro, you're gonna get there for sure.
I mean, now things are a bit different, you know. I'm just saying back then, the reason why I never really entertained the whole girlfriend title thing is because my money's not up there. So why am I even worried about, you know, certain women, they like attention. So, and they're expensive. Let's be real. So I'm like, yo, am I really about to spend time and also money that I don't really have or that I know is scarce at the time on something that's the probability of keeping a girlfriend and it lasting at high school, college is very volatile. You know what I mean? So what the? It just never made sense to me. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, I'm not even. You know, I have a couple. I keep a. You know what I mean? A cute thing to my head, but as far as
he's been drinking.
Like sturdy, nah. But also, it's not even about like investing or putting money into a stock and not getting the money back. It's also as far as expensive paying goes, you working a 9 to 5 and having a side hustle. You know, that's
boy.
Oh my goodness,
nigga, that's life every day.
Oh my.
It's not easy.
Oh my goodness.
It's not fun. Sometimes, bro, I wouldn't even recommend it sometimes. For real. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you'll wake up in the morning. For me, exactly. I wake up in the morning. Let's say 8 o'clock. Go to the gym, come back. My first meeting. I work a 9 to 5. Toward the end of my 9 to 5, I'm a teriyaki. Yeah. That's from, let's say, 3 to 10. From 10 o'clock, I'll give myself between like 10 and like 2 a.m. to figure out any type of thing, whether it's this thing or I try to, you know what I mean, lock it in. Or find time on the weekend, bro. It's not easy, bro. Because along the way, people who don't have the same mentality or goals as you is going to look at you funny. Yeah. You know, and they're going to be mad that you're not always there. Yeah. You can't always talk on the phone with them. Yeah. You're going to probably lose friends or it's just going to be distant. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the same. And those are the things that you're going to have to deal with. Yeah. Trying to, I guess, get a side hustle or you know, build your empire. You feel what I'm saying?
It gets even more expensive paying like when you know when you're doing okay. Like if I was if you were like the average person, but you're doing really well for yourself and that's it, and I'm successful, and that's how the story goes. But towards the average person and things like that. But it's just like when you want more. You know, when you want more from life and just more from yourself, it just gets really, you know, and it gets painful when like other people say, you know, like see like, oh, you're doing fine. Like, why are you stressed? Like, why are you doing all this to get more? Where you at right now is okay. You know what I mean? So why are you even doing all this extra stuff and things like that? And just relax.
See, that's what it be like. You know, my friends would look at me. Certain friends who really know what's going on, they would look at me like, "Why you doing this?
Yeah.
Why you doing this to yourself? Damn, you don't like yourself."
It's painful.
It's painful.
It is. It's painful.
You know what I mean? They'll sit there and tell me like, "You don't got to be doing all that. Like, you good."
It's painful.
Shit, if I was you, I won't even be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like. And half the time, everything I'm doing is really, it ain't really for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's for everybody around me.
Yo, honestly, like on some real type time, like when I be like doing the other things, most of the time I'm losing money. Like it's not even like I'm losing, like I'm losing money, I'm losing time. I'm like, yo, it's really not even like, it's not for me. Like it can't be, because I would have quit. Like I would have been like, yo, I'm done. I'm out of, like, I'm just going to work, and you know, and that's, but like, because most of the time when you start off or you start doing stuff, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose, there'll be a lot of time, 10,000 hours put into it, 10,000 hours. And you know what I mean? You're going to take some losses. You're going to sometimes maybe forget why you're even doing it and things like that. It's just, you know, then life hits you, because, you know what I mean? Like, things happen around you when you know, trying to focus and things like that.
You know, it's funny because me and you probably collectively, we put in money to an account.
Yeah.
For the past 2 years.
Past 2 years. Oh yeah.
Every month.
Yeah.
We haven't seen $1.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Nothing. We put in money. We put money aside every month. Towards something that's not even guaranteed.
Not even guaranteed. Every month.
For the past, 2 years? Has it been 2 years?
About to be. At the end of the year, 2 years.
Every month. And this is not, I'm not talking about $5, $10.
Yeah, no.
We put money.
Every month.
Every single month.
Every single month.
For the past 2 years.
Past 2 years. Past 2 years.
And we don't know.
No distribution.
Not a single dollar has came back to us. But that's the price you gotta pay.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's facts.
So, you know, and people who will tell me otherwise, I know they're not ready. You know, a lot of people will say, you know, what they want. But, you know, you can tell a lot about a person by the way they talk.
Yeah.
And I just know the difference between somebody who's ready and who's not ready.
It's like, you gotta be willing to, like, honestly, like, if you tell me what I gotta do I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, if we gotta sleep on, if we gotta go walk all the way to, you know what I mean? Like, yo, if this is what it takes, if this is what needs to happen, it don't matter the conditions. As long as, you know, we're trying to meet a goal, we're trying to, and it sounds good and it sounds right, I'm with it. I'm with it because I want it.
Yeah, so for those who are listening, you know, my advice to you guys, don't give up.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know, chase your dreams. It's gonna get lonely, probably get dark. You know, you probably lose friends.
For sure.
Probably lose your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Definitely. It's definitely gonna get shaky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
especially if y'all not on the same page.
Yeah, if y'all not on the same wavelength as far as ownership, you know, investing, oh man, that's gonna cause big problem. Big problem.
It's not gonna. Yeah, man. Why you always?
Funny enough, there's one girl I used to talk to, and I know behaviors and I know patterns. So before she asked me for anything, I put money in the stock. I don't have no money on. So I used to say, yeah, I just invested in so and so. I'm all out. So
yeah.
And I used to call it. You can't go out this week. I don't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's gonna cause problems.
It is.
But I will always recommend them to go in with me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then that's when I don't know about it.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
I'll tell you what I did. I know what my money is. So, you feel me? But just keep going. Don't stop. Consistency is key. There's certain things in life you're just gonna have to go through. I know a lot of people like to take the back route.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slide away, but to truly get it, you know, sometimes just think that you just gotta go through.
I got one more expensive pain story. I forgot. I almost forgot this story.
Mm-hmm.
So, this was in college. So, after high school, for people that don't know, I went into the Army National Guard. And I was doing that. And then I went to Keene, their second year.
Okay.
So that's when I finally went to Keene. And I was using my GI Bill and I had drill. That's when I had to report like once a month and 2 weeks out of the summer. So that's how I was doing that. So my GI Bill and my drill was like $7-something, almost $800, right? It was $800. Mind you, the only bill I had was my phone bill, $100. And I was able to use my GI Bill for about 5 years, because I did 3 years at Keene and then 2 years at Rutgers Camden. 5 years, $700. $800, and my phone bill was like $100. I don't know where that money is to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like
China Star,
yeah, right. China Star, Mad Dogs, liquor, you know what I mean? Tickets to Downs, you know what I mean? Hella food, whatever trips that we went on, whether it was Cali, Virginia Beach weekend, you know what I mean? I had fun, you know what I'm saying? But like,
nothing to show for it.
And I did the math.
Mm-hmm. You gotta do the math.
I did the math. It was $27,000.
If you had saved it up, 27.
If I saved, and mind you, it was more than that because I had a campus job too. Yeah. I had a campus job as well. So I didn't even have to take 100 from the GI Bill and the drill because I had a campus job too. I don't know where that money is. I don't know where it is, and and it was so funny because it was like, I don't know where it is. It's gone. That's the biggest expensive thing. At least with the other. At least
you know where it is.
I tried. You know, I went for it. I went, but that's the biggest loss when I think back, and I be like, what was I thinking? I only had a phone bill to worry about, which was like $100, and I was getting like $9,000. You know what I mean? Each month, and when I was like, yo, if I just put that money aside, $27,000. How much was Bitcoin traded at? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Like, yo, if I would have just put that $800-900 and invest in Apple. Bitcoin. That's the most expensive thing. That's why I had nightmares. Like, yo, if I would have just, if I would have just knew about that and stuff like that, or just even, you know what I mean? But I don't know where that money is. And you know where it's at? With other businesses. Other businesses. That's what happened. I was funding, exactly. And then no ownership. So.
It's crazy. That's how I feel about, even though I wear designer sometimes, that's how I feel about designer. I'm funding.
Yeah, you're funding the company.
The company and their lifestyle. Food.
Yeah.
And drink. You know what I mean? I'm funding that.
And it's so crazy, like, these, that's another topic. Like, like the celebrities and things like that, and they live in this luxury. Yo, we're all funding that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it's, oh, we're rich.
And our money.
And it's like, oh, get up off your, like, yo, we're funding but this world is producers and it's buyers. Straight up. That's what it is. It's all transactional. Everything is transactional. Everybody gets money from somebody else. That's where it is. And if you're not selling nothing, you're buying something. So everything is transactional. And if you're not a seller, then you know what I mean? That's what it is. But that's my most expensive pain, is not knowing where happened to all that money, because it could have been something. And that's, it really, $27,000. When I think about that, I'd be, you know, like if I would have just put 10%, 15, 5%, something, $1. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see it. I didn't see none of that money. Wow, but it's so crazy because I was talking to my uncle one time. He was like, "Yo, in our lifetime, we don't all touch the million." You know what I'm saying? When you think about all the money that you spent, and when you don't track your money, and over a lifetime, you don't have some serious amount of cash.
Yeah.
For real. You done have some real serious amount of cash, and to be honest, for real, you know, here's a cheat code. To be honest, all it really takes is just putting $500 into a nice index, and over time it's gonna grow. You're gonna see $1 million in your lifetime, and that's just what it is because it annually returns 10%. So if you put $500 in an index, SP 500, over time you will be a millionaire.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
They do the math on it. You know what I'm saying? So, mind you, I was getting $8,000-9,000, and if I would have, bro, that's what haunts me. Like that's my haunting story. Like the fact that I had it, didn't even know it, but I was foolish. So that's why expensive pain.
Expensive pain, man.
Expensive pain, for real.
Damn. That's still 27,000.
Yeah, 27,000. Didn't even know what. Yo, and the thing is, like, I was so young. I had fun. I had fun. VA hotels, going on trips. I was not, you know what I mean? Like, whether I used to host kickbacks, I would always buy the liquor. You know what I mean? Like, I had a good time, but you know what I mean. It was foolish. It was.
You know, and the thing is, like, even if you do the quote unquote right thing, right? If you work, bro. After you work, pay all your bills. Like this was my wake up call, and then probably can end on this. You know, my first job. I don't want to say I'm judgmental because I don't want to offend anybody who could be making.
Offend me.
I don't want to offend anyone. But I started to. That's when I really woke up on life. I'm like, yo. I was probably one of the highest paid at the company.
Yeah.
But I knew I was making peanuts, bro.
Yeah.
But I look at everybody who worked in the company. I was probably the youngest.
Yeah.
So I know people who were married, have kids, car note, car insurance, bills, mortgage,
facts,
student loans.
Yep.
I'm like, after all that is taken out a month, how much do you have left?
Yeah.
Is that the kind of life
that you want to live?
I remember I wanted to go to Nigeria for vacation. Usually, for all my Nigerians out there who go home for December, we like to take a 3-week, 2 to 3 week, maybe a month vacation. Go home for you can't just go for a week. 2 weeks is like, damn, it went by like that. Yeah. Usually the threshold is like 3 weeks to a month. I told my company, yo, I'm gone 3 weeks. And I've never been one to succumb to rules of a company. You got PTO. I don't care about that. That could apply to y'all. It don't apply to me. Y'all can fire me. I don't care. I'm going. My mind's made up. So, they were asking, oh my God, how are you gonna afford that? 3 weeks off? Yeah. Oh my God. They looked at me like I had two heads. I'm like, yo, I gotta leave this place. Yeah. I gotta leave. Yeah. Because, I noticed that they're living paycheck to paycheck. You work 8 hours a day, probably 10 hours away from home. Yeah. And you can probably afford a weekend, but you can't afford to take 2 days off because of the pay, because of your bills. So, and that's what was painful to me. Yeah. Cause I'm like, yo, people can work their whole entire life and still be broke. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's really what happened to me, to be honest. Like, I didn't, because I wasn't really taught money back then, and when I did, get my first job and things like that, and I was making more money, but I added a lot of expenses to that, and I didn't really get to see it. So it felt like I was broke, you know what I mean? And that whole thing. But I do want to say this. I want to just reiterate this. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you make. It really, it doesn't matter how much money you make if you know how to manage your money properly and expenses. That's really because you can be the richest person but have the most bills. And to be honest, one cheat code that I did learn was that it doesn't matter where you work, because at the end of the day, all you need to do is just buy a duplex, right? Save up, $4,000 or $5,000, put that down, move somebody in there, the tenant that's downstairs, and you live upstairs, and now you living for free. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not like, and that's really one of the biggest cheat codes that I really discovered, because like you don't have to pay rent, or your mortgage. You don't have to pay rent. That's $1,200-$1,300. Get into buy a duplex. Buy a duplex. Live up at the top, tenant at the bottom. Have them pay for your mortgage, and then you worry about utilities and the small bills and stuff like that. And then now you live in a more comfortable lifestyle. You don't even have to, and then the money that you was gonna pay for your mortgage, put that in the index. You know what I'm saying? Put that money aside, invest it, let it grow over time. It's not this super hard, challenge. It's not rocket science. It's really not. Like, it's like once you really start thinking about stuff, it is chess, and that's just what it is. But it's not rocket science. It's really simple math. It's 2 + 2, and that's 4. You know what I mean? So it's like it's really simple math when you really think about the numbers.
And last thing before I know I said I'm gonna wrap it up, but last thing, I noticed that I remember I forget who I was talking to. I think I seen her on the gram. Somebody I followed. She was like, "Yeah, you're only a true man or adult." I think she said adult. If you have your own apartment and you're paying a certain amount of bills. And in my head, I'm like, yo, like, bro, I don't even care if I have to move back in with my parents or whatever. Just if I have a bigger plan, you know what I mean? I have an older cousin, 30, 31. Yeah. He moved back in with his, just so he can save up to go buy a crib. Right. And that's okay. Who cares what social media, society think? You don't have to conform to society.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure why there was a message in the community. I'm gonna say black community, where you felt that if you were 18, you gotta leave your house, or you gotta,
to show that you're an adult.
Yeah, or an adult, or you're independent, or things like that. Like, yo, if you view other cultures and stuff, they stay home until they can afford a house. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes perfect sense. They save up their money. Yeah. They get a nest egg.
Their parents don't even want them to leave.
Yeah, and then they move out on their own terms. Yeah. And so they're not on this hamster wheel of life, trying to pay their bills. Where if you can stay home, stay home. Okay, it's not all what it cracks up to be. It's really not, because it's just not. If you can stay home, stay home. Stack your bread, invest. You have a larger margin of risk that you can take. Yeah. You can invest your whole check if you want to on any of these crazy investments. And then be like, oh, it didn't work. Okay, I'm at home. But the story gets a little different when you out and all that stuff. You can't take those risks. But if you at home and you can take those risks, you could bet a check, put a check in, you could do it. Save your money, save as much as you can. Help your people out too. Don't be a savage, not pay nothing there. Help your people out, buy dinner for the night or something like that. Don't be crazy, but yo, if you stay home, stay home. I wish. Well, my mom always told me that I always had a place, so if shit hit the fan, I'm alright.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, what I mean, but.